Welcome to another episode of Chef Knives to Go Quick Look Product Reviews. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Kohetsu Shinano Aogami No. 2 Bunka 170mm knife. So this line of knives has a core steel of Aogami, or what's known as blue paper No. 2 reactive high carbon steel from Hitachi. The heat treat on this is a kind of a medium 62 Rockwell, so not super hard, not super soft. The construction is a 3-layer sandwich with stainless cladding over the top of that Aogami or blue No. 2 core. And you can see they've got a frosted kind of faux blade road on here. That's strictly a cosmetic feature. It doesn't actually indicate the actual grind. And then you've got the core steel showing at the edge. Core steel will patina, and I've been using this knife just a little bit to test it out, so I've got a little bit of a patina going on it. The weight on the knife is 4.9 ounces, 138 grams. It's got a little bit of stiffness and thickness to the spine, so it's a pretty rigid blade. The edge length is right about 170mm on this one, and these will vary a little bit from knife to knife. But this one's about 6.7 inches, right on the money. The overall length, about 315mm or 12.4 inches. And the spine thickness coming out of the heel. These are fairly thick knives, especially in the back half. So this one's about 3.75mm, and then it thins down, starts tapering down to 2, maybe 2.5. And then we make the turn with the reverse sword tip, and then it gets pretty thin at the very, very tip. But it's a stiff blade. The blade height's about 44mm, so not super tall. The handle, these might vary a little bit, so you could have some different woods on these, because Mark does put his own handles on these. So these are those semi-custom handles that they carry, and this one's got maple. It's an octagonal handle, ambidextrous with a wenge ferrule. Really nice fit and finish on the handle. Nice, tight install, super install on this. Just a beautiful handle. The circumference is about 3 inches or 75mm in the ferrule main part of the handle junction. Pretty standard size. You do have a little bit of a gap here between the choil and the, some neck length there. So depending on how big your fingers are, for me, I get my finger there for a pinch grip, and it fits. If you've got bigger fingers than mine, and my hands are kind of medium small, so I don't have super big fat fingers, but I can stick my finger in there, and that might vary a little bit depending on how the handle's actually installed, but this one's really comfortable on a pinch grip. Let's take a close-up look at it. So this one has a horizontal finish on it, which is pretty cool, because when you clean a knife, you're wiping it down, especially when you're drying it, you're wiping it longitudinally like this, so this means the scratches will follow the sand pattern that's on there, which helps hide those scratches a bit. Doesn't always apply to this frosted section here, this section they've put this finish on, but anyway, so the grind of the blade is not foul. This is just kind of a faux Kasumi finish on here that they put on here, but the grind starts a little bit lower than that. And you can see the core steel at the edge. This came about a 5 out of 10 out of the box. Nothing super out of the ordinary with the edge. It was decent, pretty sharp. I went ahead and sharpened it. You can clean up, cut your own bevel. If you know how to sharpen, you can get these a lot sharper. If you don't know how to sharpen, you might want to pay Chef Knives to Go. They have a service that you can buy, and they'll sharpen the knife for you, and that would give you an idea what a really good edge is out of the box, and how sharp really is, and also how long a good, well-crafted edge should last. Because the edge retention can depend on how well you deburr and what the quality of the edge bevel you put on there. So you've got some hand chiseled kanji and some embossed kanji on the right side of the blade, and then the left side of the blade is plain. Nice fit and finish on it. Smooth over edges on the spine and the choil, so this is real comfortable right out of the box. I didn't go through the balance point. Let's bring that back down here. But the balance point, the handle's got a little bit of mass to it, and it's a short blade. It's a little bit heavier than like a hoe wood handle. So there's the balance point, kind of right in the middle of the neck there. But nice light flickable feel. As I said, pretty stiff. Let's take a look at the cutting board. Here's the handle, by the way. And these are going to vary a little bit from, wood to wood, handle to handle, because they're all different. But real nice handle, real pretty. Here is the cutting board profile. So not much of a flat spot on this at all. You got it just a tiny bit towards the heel, and then the rest of it is just a gentle belly. And the tip, I can get about right there before I start trying to dig the tip in. So this will rock really nice for you. It's definitely rocker, glide, push-pull cuts. Not much of a chopper because there's not much of a flat spot on it. But again, these have a stiff, rigid feel to them. They're still reasonably thin right at the edge where it counts. And just a cool new lineup from Chef Knives to Go. That one of the forum numbers named, by the way, pretty cool. So this is the Kohetsu Shinano Aogami or blue number 2 Bunka 170mm knife.